at Redbug Lake Park, and behind me is actually Redbug Lake. Had you been here prior to us coming in and starting this restoration event, you really wouldn't know that there's a lake back here. It became inundated or covered with invasive native plants, actually cattail and some of the water lilies that made recreation nearly impossible. As you can see out here, some of the water lilies is just making it navigably impossible for people to recreate or fish among, and we're going to be thinning out some of these lilies to be able to open that up for the public to be able to use. When you have too much of this native vegetation, it does impede the wildlife, so we do want to maintain that as a balance for the lake. And as you can see behind me, this is the cleared version of all the cattail removal that has just transpired, and all of this material is now being consolidated up into this area that will wind up in the landfill. We will have a restoration event where we're going to have volunteers from the community coming in and helping us replant with some beneficial natives and just helping some of the runoff that's coming from the park into the lake.
What this piece of equipment is specifically is a spider, and it's used to reach steep banks and create steep grades. It's really good at reaching these hard to get to places where other equipment can't get to, and it does a really good job getting down to the bottom and grabbing the roots of these plants that we don't want.
Problems with having invasive plants within an area is the native community, whether it's waterfowl or other types of organisms, it's just too dense for them to do what they do naturally. So that's why we want diversity, so they can have food to forage, shelter for cover, and other sources that they utilize a diverse plant community with. When you have a solid stand of cattails, that diversity is lost, so you just really essentially get what's called a monoculture of one particular bird species. You don't have that Florida diversity that we look for. This project is actually a cooperative project with the Florida Lake Management Society. And we were awarded a grant actually as a cost share to do some of this work because it has public emphasis. There's an elementary school nearby. It's a heavily utilized, one of the most heavily utilized parks within Seminole County. We were awarded this grant, so that's basically how we had this project come to fruition. We also have a lot of cooperative efforts within Seminole County, not only the Lake Management Program, which is what I'm with, but also Leisure Services, who's been helping us facilitate the project as well.